Hi guys, my name is Cassie Shoot, and this is my testimony and my story of how I got saved through Jesus. So, I didn't grow up in a Christian family or religious family. Neither did any of my friends really, so I was brought up in a home with just my mum raising me. So my parents were divorced, and I didn't really have any sense of why we're here, really. So growing up in primary school and high school, I definitely felt different from all my friends, in the sense that I didn't really enjoy the same activities. I was much more quiet, reserved and shy, and I definitely thought about things that they weren't thinking about. I've always been very sensitive to everything really, people and situations. Every person I come into contact with, I feel quite emotionally attached. I've just always felt really empathetic towards everything. And so probably wasn't till about 16, 17, by that stage I'd already dabbled with alcohol and drugs. I was never very sexual with boys. I was quite actually always reserved, and what everyone would have called frigid, that would have been me basically. I did usually have one long-term boyfriend always, while my friends were, experimenting. So I felt like I always had a sense of good morals when it came to my sexuality. I always felt quite guarded in that way. But as far as alcohol and drugs, I definitely liked them, and I experimented with them from a young age. Even through all of this, I've always felt like I had a guardian angel, someone looking out for me while I was making all of these bad decisions and trying to figure out what I could get away with. So after my first big split from my longest relationship at about 18, I started my self-discovery journey, and I knew that I couldn't avoid the questions that were always on my mind any longer. I'd distracted myself enough with all that you do in your teenage years, and I still wasn't fulfilled. I still hadn't figured out what I wanted to know, which was not just my truth. I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to know the truth of this world. And that I always knew that getting put into school and the way that society works now, it was almost like they wanted us to be robots. And I just couldn't see how you could figure out the meaning of life through that type of upbringing. And so I reconnected with an old friend, and we got really close. He was also interested in researching and asking questions and wanting to know why we're here and that sort of stuff. So we got reconnected through that way and started researching and coming together with questions. you know. So through that, I got quite spiritual. You know, how everyone gets into the new age and Mother Nature and meditation and your chakras and astral projection and all that stuff. But it was just more than that. That was just the spiritual side that I was interested in, because I came at the truth from a strange angle. It was more like researching about the government, the New World Order, and the way that they're trying to poison and kill us through our air, food, and water supply. It was through all those topics that I came across the Vigilant Christian, who is a YouTuber exposing how Hollywood and the Illuminati and the elite and all the famous people, they're all, you know, together, basically trying to brainwash the world into thinking that we need and want these things. And I just started putting two and two together. I've always had quite a strong intuition and tried to trust my gut feeling. It's helped me a lot, helped me get out of a lot of trouble. And so I started sort of thinking, okay, well, I knew the concept of God, obviously, through studying through New Age. You're trying to figure out your own higher self and your own higher being, and in a sense, without people realizing that is them trying to find God. It's just through a different way. And it was through researching how they're trying to manipulate us that I also figured out that they're actually doing more than that, and they're trying to hide God in every way. And I just did a complete 360 from that. I'm quite an extremist anyway, so I kind of dive into things, dive into subjects, dive into topics, and then also, you know, I can forget about them within a day and start on a new one. So I needed to know more, and I knew that I was being led to the truth in some way. So I started doing a course in metaphysics, and through that, it was through the activities that I had to do that I was asking myself the same sorts of questions. Why am I here? You know, who created us? Is space real? What are all these things? You know, as deep as you want to go, that's pretty much what I was trying to ask and manifest in my thoughts. And I basically got shown through the tactics of the New World Order and what they're going to try to do to bring everyone together to this, you know, we're all one united, world peace, let's accept everybody for who they are. I figured out through researching that topic and the NWO, the New World Order, and the elite, and how they are trying so hard to basically bring out the unnaturalness in every human and make us think that that's okay. So it was through that I also figured out that they are not just trying to completely change the way we think, they're trying to erase God from us. They're trying to so hard to make us not connect with our Creator. And so I chucked out everything. I chucked out all my crystals, I chucked out all my books, I quit my course, and I just went for it. And I didn't know at the time if it was what I was meant to do, but I did it anyway. And so that was like the first stage. After that, I just kept getting this reoccurring thought that I wanted to read the Bible. And I've been pretty gifted with reading and grammar and English, and it's something I'm quite skilled at compared to maths and that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to read it as a book, to respect it as a book, because I respect books. But I didn't want just any Bible. I wanted to find an old one that hadn't been tarnished or changed. So I was at my dad's house a few weeks after this, and I knew that my granddad was a Freemason, not a high degree Freemason. I don't think it's not my intention that he knew what they were about, but he was a Freemason, and I found a Bible that was his Freemason Bible, so I've double checked this and looked at it, and it's not like a satanic Bible or anything. It's an authorized King James 1611 version, and I've compared it to other King James as well. So yeah, it's a King James version, which I started reading from day one, and that's just what I'm used to. I believe it's the most credible and the most untouched. And if you research the Mandela effect and other things like that, they're really honing into ruining our Bibles and changing little verses here and there for brand new people and brand new believers that wouldn't know those differences. And anyway, that's another topic. So I found this Bible and I started reading it, and at first I read it just as a story from start to finish, and it had me after that. I needed to read it again. It's so simple but so complicated at the same time, and you can see how the verses are literal and metaphorical. And yeah, I'm not going to go on too much about the Bible because it's more of a feeling, and anyone who's read it can understand what I mean by that. It's just, there's no other book to me. So I noticed, as soon as I started to try to get rid of these things in my life, that my conscience became heavier. And I've always had a conscience. I've always known right from wrong. But I ignored it for so long in my teenage years, in my early 20s, and now almost everything I do, there's that voice in my head that's convicting me, if it was the wrong move. And it was really annoying at first, but I'm starting to learn to trust it, and I know that it's got my best interest at heart, and I'm starting to decipher between Satan's voice and God's voice, and my own voice. I'm the only believer in my house. My brother, my sister, my mum, my dad, my stepdad, and my boyfriend. It's been very tough being in a household with all of them. My brother and my dad don't live with us, but speaking to them, it's been quite difficult. Because I've had to do all this on my own. I know God's helping me. Sometimes it's really tough, and when you get stronger in God, you see how much the enemy or Satan tries to attack you. It's kind of funny in a way, because it's just such an immature move. He really likes to kick you when you're down, and but it's making me stronger, and I know my own weaknesses, and I know what I need to work on. God's really helping me with that, and I guess I just wanted to make this video. It's already come out way different to what I thought it would. I just wanted to make this video because if someone like me who's been through depression and drug abuse and addiction and divorced family and being brought up with no religion and no type of morals, it's been tough. But I want to know if there's other people out there that have even just thought, I want to read the Bible, or, you know, I can feel that something's not right in this world. It's those little thoughts, you know, you're on the right track, and I want you to know that there's people out there who will listen, and God's waiting for you. Jesus is waiting for you to come to him, and he can fix any problem. And there's so many outlets that people go to fix their problems, and they're just so temporary fixes, I feel. I have so much more hope now for something better, and I know that I can save some people and bring some people to him, and through my own story. And I would just say to anyone out there, even unbelievers, people that are into conspiracy theories and are truthers, just try this one out for yourself. Like, test yourself, challenge yourself, pray, ask him to show himself to you if you doubt. Any new ages, people that are into all the stuff that I was into, I'm not trying to put you down or judge at all, because the only way I found God was through those topics. And I just ask you to question, you know, the power that you think you might be getting. Where is that coming from? What's driving you as a person? What things do you think about? You know, you get 24 hours every day, and even 1 hour of just thinking outside the box, and try prayer. You know, speak your worries out loud. The emotions that we all feel, they come and go like little clouds, and it's that inner knowing that I'm not alone. I've got my family, my friends. I'm not alone anymore. And I'm crying, but it's because I feel there's this big hole that's been filled. I wish I could show it to everybody. I'm obviously still in my healing stage, and I have a lot more work to do. I just really wanted to get the word out there. You know, this is somewhat part of my testimony on how there is more. There is so much more than this world. It's so temporary down here, and I really see it now. I really feel that everything is a test to your reaction, and I just hope we can win this. We can win this battle. I can win this battle. So anyway, I'll probably post another one, because I feel like this didn't really do my whole story justice, and there's a lot more to tell, but I just want so much more for people and for me than what this life offers.